Hello. Before you watch today's message, I just wanted to say that, there were some things that God put in my heart while I was recording today's message about, people who are struggling with pornography and are looking for a way out. So I just wanted you to know that I recorded another video talking about how to break free from pornography, and I'll be sharing that next week. So don't miss out. Hello and welcome to Tommy Talks TV, the place to be to build great love relationships. I'd like to start as usual by saying a very big thank you. Thank you for all your likes and your shares and your comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. I really appreciate it because you're helping us spread the message further, faster. And I'd like to add a special thank you to all my viewers who have registered already for the Lagos Marriage Masterclass. I am really looking forward to it. It's on November the 3rd and I really can't wait to meet you. Now, going into today's topic, I'm going to be taking one of your questions and it goes like this. My wife is addicted to pornographic images and videos. When I ask for sex, it is always an issue. Most of the time she reluctantly accepts but won't be active. She complains of tiredness and gives excuses that she needs to study for her exams. But once she discovers that I'm asleep, she starts watching erotic videos. This issue is frustrating me. What can I do? Now, this is a very serious issue. I mean, I have to say that pornography is one of the things that is really eating up people today. But because we don't talk about it as much, it's sort of like under the radar. So in this situation, obviously, it seems that, pornography has, so captured your wife's mind that she's no longer interested in an actual sexual relationship with you. I think one of the things that we need to realize, first of all, is that pornography is an addiction. Unfortunately, it's an addiction that a lot of people get into when they're younger and they don't realize how it's changing them and how it's shaping their thinking and their minds until they actually get into relationships, and then it begins to harm their relationships. So essentially, anything that has to do with interacting constantly with sexual images, photos, videos, and things like that, that's essentially what pornography is, and it is dangerous to relationships. And pornography rarely stops without some outside intervention because, as I said, it is an addiction, just like alcoholism is, or just like, nicotine is an addiction. Pornography is an addiction. So what do you do in this situation? Well, the first thing I would suggest is this: it needs to be confronted, because you can't keep pretending that you don't know what is happening in your wife's life. So it's something that you need to confront. And when I say confront, I mean confront it lovingly, right? Not from the perspective of I caught you, and this is what you're doing to our marriage sort of thing, but confront it with the mindset of let's sort this thing out because it is harming our marriage. Sometimes people get caught in pornography and they really don't know how to get out of it, so that's the first thing. Confront it, ask her about it, talk about it, bring it out into the open. That's the first thing, so that she realizes that you realize that there is an issue and that issue needs to be dealt with, that you're not okay with the issue as it is. So talk about it first of all and actually get to the bottom of how she got into this whole thing in the first place, and then the second thing, after confronting it, is that you now begin to, express concern about, for your wife and what she's going through and, the things, what it's doing to your marriage, and talk about how can we get out of this, how can you get out of this so that it doesn't damage our marriage. If you express your love to her and help her see that you really want your marriage to work, that's the next step, because sometimes people are caught up in these things and they don't know a way out, so they're looking for somebody to help them out. So when you express concern for your wife and you help her realize that you're not just concerned about you and your sexual desires, although they're very important, but you are concerned about the damage that it is doing to her, that's the next thing. And as you talk through the whole situation, you might find that because maybe her mind has been so damaged by the pornography, maybe she finds it difficult to actually enjoy a sexual relationship, a proper one, like she should. Talking through those things makes a big difference. It can be difficult, right, but it makes a big difference. And then the third thing is this: I strongly suggest that your wife finds counseling. If she really wants to change, then she'll be prepared to find counseling. You see, because that is actually the evidence that she wants to take a step out of this whole addiction of pornography. Anyone who is into pornography but really does not want anyone involved and doesn't want any form of counseling, it simply means that they're really not prepared to change, you see. And you need to make her realize that you're not prepared to, accept the situation as it is, because it's harming your marriage. And so because of that, she needs to seek intervention. There are people who are experts in this area who can actually help her through a scriptural journey of renewing her mind, so that she is able to change her focus from this whole thing of pornography towards a more healthy way of dealing with relationships. As I said, it's a very specialized area, and I can't go through all the details of what exactly she needs to do to break that addiction, but it's something that she really, really seriously needs to seek help from as soon as possible. Well, I hope this has helped you. If this has helped you, then please leave me a message on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or YouTube, or wherever you're watching me from. And if you've got a question you would like me to answer, then head on over to tommytalks.com/ask, and I'll answer your question next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.